Hey Porter's Tahoe, my name's Todd and I work for YES Snowboards, a Northern California sales rep. This year was our first year as a company, and if any of you guys aren't aware of what YES is, it's a company that was started by DCP, JP Solberg, and Romain Marchi. And these guys had gone through some tough times. They got clipped by one of the bigger snowboard companies out there, and they turned kind of a bad deal into an awesome program. Talking to these guys, one thing that kind of came through was there was companies that wanted to pick them up as riders because they're insanely good riders. They really were the face of this previous company for a while, and to just be clipped or cut like that was disheartening to them. They did have companies approach them. The problem was nobody had money. And in this market economy, everybody can relate. So these guys just got sick of hearing no, no, no. They said, yes, we can. And that's kind of where it all started. It's just like, yes, we're gonna make it. Yes, we're gonna be okay. Yes, we still snowboard. Yes. And so that whole concept really started to take shape, that this is where we need to go, and this is what we need to call it, is YES Snowboard. So the concept is like YES being like, yeah, we're gonna make it, we're gonna be okay, but now go board, okay? And that's the whole concept behind these guys. They just want to get back to snowboarding, and they're having a great time. So getting into the board line, what we have here is called the Basic, and this may have been the board that you have seen this year. The Basic, kind of a type font, just to kind of get the graphic, get the word out there. It worked incredibly well. We got a lot of cover shots. Now I'm sure you guys are kind of wondering, how can I get one? So this is the board lineup for 2010, 2011. We're going to start with this guy, which is called the Basic, like I talked about. And really, it's just a simple twin tip board. It's a full tip to tail wood core. It's poplar with beach on the edges, just to give it that little more rigidity, a little more pop. Extruded bases, because they're easy to work on. This is a regular camber board, so you got your one and only cambered board in the line, and this guy is going to come in at $359, which is an outstanding price for a good basic all-around riding board. Okay, next we got the Typo. So we're basically kind of expanding upon what we have here, but we still have a true twin. We still have full tip-to-tail wood core, the poplar with the beach along the edges there. But now we're going to use a cam rock construction for the rocker of the board. So what that is, it's rockered from the tip and tail, and it's cambered underfoot. So what that gives you is a board that, like a rocker board, that's fun to play around on, but the camber will give you the edge and the control you need when you need it. Okay. A very fun board, extruded base. This guy's coming at $399.
Andy Spots here with porterstahoe.com, just up at Sugar Bowl, demoing out some YES boards for next year. This is the Typo, and I feel this board's really good, all around, kind of freestyle oriented type of snowboard. Real good for a park. Butter's really easy. You can do pretty much any rails, jumps, anything you really want on this thing. And even though we didn't have any powder, I imagine it would be really fun in powder, just with that rocker nose and tail shape, just to help lift it up in the pow a little bit more. But yeah, I had a real good time on this board. It's real forgiving on jumps, because I kind of messed up on hitting one of my jumps and landed really bad on my tail, and it just kind of smushed in and just rode right out of it without any problems. So real good board to kind of learn how to get into the park and starting to do tricks on, I would say. And pretty much a good board for any type of rider, beginner to advanced.
So this next board, probably going to get a lot of editorial. It's called the Great Dudes of History. You'll see each model has a different guy on it. Obviously with this one, we're looking at Einstein. We got a JFK model, we got a John Lennon model, and we got a Martin Luther King model, and we have a Selassie, who's the king of Rastafari model. So if you look at this 156, you go online and check it out. That's who he is, the king of Rastafari. But you know, for DCP, kind of helped create this board. For him, it was like, these are the guys, these dudes, these great dudes of history are the ones that said, yes, we can do it, and very positive, you know, influence in the world. So, you know, that's the great dudes of history, the concept behind the name. The board itself is it's an asymmetrical twin, so it's a full tip-to-tail twin-tip board. The only difference being it's an asymmetrical edge on one side, which is going to be your heel edge. So it's marked by heel edge, so whether you're riding regular or goofy, your heel edge is always going to be here. And what that allows us to do, and being asymmetrical, is put a deeper heel side cut on this board. And what that allows is just more stability when you're kind of riding like JP Romaine, you're just flying down the hill. Today was a perfect example. The corn snow is somewhat fast, so we were just kind of bombing, not much more to do, and this board held up extremely well, especially when we were taking hard heel edges. It's a great board. This board also has multi-directional carbon in this thing, so it's also going to add to, you know, be a little more poppy, a little stiffer than what we've seen in the first two models there. And this board gets a centered base in it, so a little bit harder base. It's a centered 8800. This board also it's just a little bit of a wider overall board. So again, for when we're talking about riding on the whole mountain, or maybe riding in evenness and powder, it's going to have great flow to it. So this is the dudes, the great dudes of history.
Hey everybody, it's Parker from porterstahoe.com. 5'8", I normally ride park and boards in the 148 to 152 range. Today I rode the YES Dudes board in a 154. It's a twin shape board. It's on the stiffer end of the spectrum. It's really poppy. Has an asymmetrical edge, which it really rails on those heel side carves. I like riding this board going real fast. It's real poppy off the jumps. It's probably a little too stiff for me to hit rails on, but just for an all mountain board, this board rocks. The blunt nose and tail is gonna help you stay up in the powder. So if you wanna take one of these into the backcountry to get some shots, I'd recommend trying this board out as well. So this is the YES Dudes board.
And then this board is DCP's model. It's called the Optimistic. Again, when we talk about YES and, you know, yes, we're gonna be okay. Yes, now go snowboarding, that kind of concept. This one kind of plays with that. I was talking to DCP about it again, and he was talking about how people are like bumming. It's been a bad, you know, couple of snow seasons, definitely here in Tahoe. Economy and those kind of things. He's like, everybody calm down. He said, yes, it's going to be okay. And that's what he put on his graphic. That's what he really wanted on his board. Did this kind of a pencil scripted graphic, which is pretty rad. Getting into the board itself, this is directional. So this is the only directional board in the whole line. Again, looking at DCP as a rider, you know, it makes sense for him. Again, a lot of fast riding, a lot of backcountry riding, a lot of drops, you know, big airs. This is suitable for him. But even being a directional board, it's super fun to play around with on the whole mountain. This has cam rock, which cam rock again is it's got the rocker, tip and tail, camber underfoot. So again, you kind of get the best of both worlds. You're getting the fun, playful rocker, but you're getting the camber when you need it, when you need to get on your edges and really let the board just, you know, handle. So that's the Optimistic.
This is JP Lagos with porterstahoe.com. I'm here to review the Optimistic board. It's DCP's signature board. So it's a directional freestyle board where you're going to have the cam rock, which is cambered between the binders, and then it flips out between on the tip and tail, reverse. This board is definitely DCP style, where he charges hard on the backcountry, but he still can take it into the park. Super snappy, real responsive, and it's definitely a board I would recommend to a intermediate to advanced. It's all the board you could ever want. Graphics are tight, group's tight. Support YES Snowboards.
Okay. Well, we just want to thank you so much, Sugar Bowl, to go riding with us. Again, YES Snowboards. It's a great company. The guys behind it are awesome. And if you want any more information, go to YESNowboard.com. Thanks again.
Hey, thanks for checking out PortersTahoe.com video reviews. If you have any more questions, please check us out on Facebook, Twitter, hit us up at PortersTahoe.com live chat, or leave a comment on our YouTube.